How close was this assassination attempt? On this day in history, January 30th, 1835, Andrew Jackson, the seventh U.S. president, became the first holder of the office to experience an attempt on his life. As President Jackson was leaving a congressional funeral held in the Capitol building, Richard Lawrence, an unemployed house painter, approached him and attempted to fire a shot. Fortunately for the president, the gun misfired and the furious 67-year-old Jackson beat Mr. Lawrence several times with his walking cane. During the scuffle, Lawrence pulled out a second pistol and pulled the trigger, but again it misfired. President Jackson came out unharmed but very angry and paranoid. In the aftermath, the president thought that Lawrence had been hired by the Whig Party, a political group that was prevalent in the 1800s, and Jackson's opponents, to assassinate him. As it turns out, however, Richard Lawrence was an unstable and unwell individual with no connections to politics who tried to attack the president anyway. At the time of the assassination attempt, Jackson and the Democratic Party were locked in a battle with the Whigs over his idea to dismantle the Bank of the United States. Due to everything going on, many members of his administration wondered the same thing, so even the Vice President, Martin Van Buren, carried two loaded pistols whenever he visited the Senate. While Jackson maintained his position and was suspicious for the remainder of his presidency, his claims were never proven, and Richard Lawrence spent the rest of his days in a mental institution. A century later, Smithsonian researchers wanted to learn more about the botched endeavor and found that the derringers Lawrence had chosen were known to be vulnerable to moisture, and that the weather on the day was humid and damp. Additionally, they conducted a study in which they were able to fire both guns properly, concluding that the odds of both misfiring are 1 in 125,000. If you've learned something, consider dropping a like and subscribing to my channel. Your support would mean the world to me.